Well, good morning from the National Weather Service in Raleigh. This is our routine Monday weekly weather briefing for Central North Carolina for this week from today through Sunday, August 2nd. Hitting the upcoming weather pattern today and for the next couple days, really. A strong ridge of high pressure, both aloft especially and at the surface, extends across the western Atlantic, and it extends into the southeastern United States. You can see on the surface map here for the today panel, the high pressure area extends into Florida and the coastal Carolinas. There is a surface trough that extends from the mid-Atlantic through Virginia into the western Carolinas, and a more prominent, although not terribly strong, cold front that extends from Quebec through Ontario and into the Midwest and Ohio Valley. Over the next day or two, that ridge that extends in the southeast will weaken a bit over us and shift east. That will allow the cold front and a couple disturbances to approach our area as we head into the middle to late portion of the work week. And with that, the dangerously hot temperatures we are experiencing for today and tomorrow will cool back a little bit to more seasonable values as we expect more numerous showers and thunderstorms across the area during the mid and late week period. So not only will the air mass cool a little bit, we'll have more clouds and a better chance of rain, and that will allow temperatures to relax. But before we get to that, we do expect highs today to range from 92 to 97 across central North Carolina, perhaps a degree warmer on Tuesday, tomorrow, 93 to 98, and a little cooler on Wednesday in the low and mid 90s. With that, we'll have heat index values that climb near and in excess of 105 for the next couple days. We'll talk about that here in just a moment. But the cold front that approaches our area during the mid-week period stalls near us, most likely in southern portions of Virginia and West Virginia late in the week and the early part of the weekend, and then lifts north back into the middle Atlantic as we head into the weekend period. So the best chances of showers and storms will likely be from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and perhaps into early Saturday. Also of note on the surface map on the upcoming weekend panel here is this area of low pressure that looks somewhat innocuous that is at least highlighted here of the Bahamas sometime late Sunday. That is associated with a tropical disturbance that we'll talk about here in a minute. So the key points, hot temperatures for today and tomorrow, increasing chances of storms, especially afternoon and evening storms from the middle to end part of the work week, and we'll need to monitor the tropics as we head later into the weekend into early next week. But we do expect dangerously hot conditions today. We've issued a heat advisory in effect for the coastal plain, as well as the eastern portions of the Piedmont and Sandhills, essentially locations east of US 1 or east of Lewisburg, Raleigh, and Lillington. In these locations, we expect heat index values to approach or exceed 105 during the afternoon. And if you look at the afternoon heat index maximum forecast for today, you can see those values definitely do exceed 105 in several locations, especially in the coastal plain and Sandhills. A little cooler, albeit hot and humid, out in the Triad with heat index values in the upper 90s. Those values on Tuesday will be similar, if not a little bit more uncomfortable, and perhaps a degree or two higher, with just about all of central North Carolina experiencing heat index values in the triple digits, maybe just under that in the western portions of the Triad areas. But down toward Goldsboro and Clinton and Fayetteville, Rocky Mount, Roanoke Rapids typically are hotter and more humid locations. It will be dangerously hot on Tuesday afternoon. And the heat breaks a little bit, although not a great deal on Wednesday, but more likely as we head into Thursday and Friday. So we fully anticipated issuing another heat advisory for Tuesday, and we'll monitor for Wednesday. So certainly hot and humid for the next few days. With the heat and humidity, there will be some scattered isolated thunderstorms today, most numerous, most likely in regions down in the Sandhills and out in the Triad, but still they're going to be few and far between, so don't expect much relief. We don't expect much in terms of intense or severe convection with those. Tomorrow there'll be a little bit better coverage as the ridge begins to retreat, but still the best coverage of storms and the strongest storms will be to our north up in Virginia toward Washington and Baltimore. And on Wednesday, again, still chance of storms, but nothing severe is expected. Let's see. As we head into rainfall forecasts for the upcoming week, today, again, very little in terms of convection and coverage is expected, so not much precipitation. Slightly better on Tuesday, but still not a lot. And rain chances will increase as we head to Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There are signals that the heaviest rain or the most widespread rain will actually be across the coastal plain and perhaps across western North Carolina, with a little bit of a minimum over our area in central North Carolina. However, the coverage will be much greater during this period than we've had over the past week or two. So for many of us who've had very little, if any, thunderstorms or rain, this will be welcome. But just a 7-day total looking out that far, these amounts aren't terribly impressive. And given that summertime, thunderstorms, they'll be scattered about and not fairly widespread. So hit and miss at times. Also, an item that is getting a bit of attention is a developing tropical disturbance out in the central Atlantic. This system, based on the latest information from the Hurricane Center, has a 90% chance of developing into a tropical cyclone over the next few days. If it does, it will be the I storm in the alphabet. And the pronunciation on the I storm this year, if I can get it right, is Isaias. And the forecast development area is shown here on the map as it approaches the Antilles in the next few days. Keep in mind, I have a satellite picture actually of the system this morning. It's a broad area of circulation, so it's a rather large-sized disturbance. It's poorly organized at this point, but there is definitely a notable circulation there. And since it's such a large system, it likely will take it a little bit longer than typical or a slower side to develop and intensify and organize. And it's really going to be hard to pinpoint or nail down or track down the forecast track really until the system begins to develop and organize. So it's probably foolhardy at this point to get too cute with expected tracks as we head late in the week into early next weekend, considering the system still needs to organize, develop, and it's hard to pinpoint exactly where it will be to start with, let alone where it will track. But once it does develop, and that looks like a near certainty, the system will track off to the west and northwest, with the eventual track largely dependent upon where it initially develops, its intensity, and the position of the ridge to its north. So stay tuned on this. A likely time frame of some form of the system will be approaching Puerto Rico perhaps late Thursday, in the Bahamas late Saturday, and behind that, who knows. But the guidance is varied with this system. So the best guidance and recommendation we can give you is to just do a little planning and share with your partners and constituents that they be smart, if they haven't done already, to make sure they have their hurricane kit ready, that they do some planning, that they are aware, and begin thinking about what they would do if, as we start approaching the height of the hurricane season, what kind of plans would they need to make in conditions and eventualities. So nothing to get too excited about now, but certainly stay tuned and stay weather aware, and be sure to follow trusted sources of weather information, whether it's from the Hurricane Center or your local emergency manager partners. And just a summary for the week real quick: dangerously hot temperatures again for Monday and Tuesday and potentially into Wednesday. The chances of showers and thunderstorms will increase as we head into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with storms becoming most numerous probably on Thursday and Friday rather. And please monitor the tropics as we head through the week, as we'll be monitoring the potential I storm this year. And if not, we're going to be heading into the height of the hurricane season here over the next several weeks. So no need to, let your guard down really at this point at all. So at that point, that'll conclude our briefing for the week. We appreciate you joining us.